Rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels arriving here at Northwest Stadium in just about an hour ago. He will make his home debut today at 1 o'clock against the New York Football Giants. Welcome to Week 2 in the National Football League. The Commanders looking for their first win of the 2024 season, and what better place to do it than against an NFC East foe, playing on your home opener in your newly named Northwest Stadium. Kickoff just about an hour and a half away here from Landover, Maryland on a beautiful day. More about the weather in just a second because I've got a special guest. My name is Chick Hernandez, WSA 9, the official television station partner of your Washington Commanders. Our partnership means exclusive reporting on the team before it's seen anywhere else. All right, I'm joined now back in our DC studios by my co-host Wisdom Martin, and quite frankly, I'm not sure how this happened after week 1. But back in the building for another go-round is the former Washington quarterback Sean Springs.
That's right.
Winners. Gentlemen, good morning on a beautiful Sunday morning, getting ready for week 2 and a W, hopefully.
Yes. Chick, good morning to you. And you know how this happens. Like Sean said, winners. And Chick, it's springtime. Even though it's fall, it's springtime. You get it? You get it? Yeah, springtime. He got it. All right. Well, look, hey, welcome back, Sean. Always good to have you. Always good to see you with some insight here. Now, you grew up here in the DMV.
Yes.
So you know the area. You played a few seasons with the Burgundy and Gold, so you know that Burgundy and Gold. You bleed Burgundy and Gold. You've also experienced some home games in front of these fans and the excitement that comes along with that. Your perspective. It is the home opener.
Yes.
First game of the season at home in front of the home crowd. What say you, Mr. Springs?
Well, first of all, there's nothing better than pulling up to FedEx Stadium, getting there early on a nice, crisp fall day.
Right.
And when you roll down the window, you smell a barbecue. Everybody's excited. They're excited to see the team for the first time. Although we didn't win in Tampa, I'm excited about the season over. The fans are going to get to see Jayden Daniels in person in our Washington team that Coach Quinn and Coach Witt and all those guys and Coach Kingsbury, all those guys put together. I think it's going to be a nice home opener. We won the last 3 out of 4 openers too, so I'm excited. I'm excited that we can get a win this week.
Okay, all right, you heard it. Mr. Springs said it. We've won in the past, so we want to send things back out tonight. Hey, we're winning on this end. We want to go back out to Northwest Stadium where we know the team is ready for today's home opener, and Chick's always ready to get some more insight. Good morning, sir, again.
Well, good morning again. Good to see you guys. Great to be working with 2 professionals in the business. Well, 1.5. Just kidding. Sean's one of my longtime friends. We'll get more into that a little bit later on. All right, look, last week in Tampa was bitter, absolutely bitter. This week at home could be sweet with a win over a division rival. In my weekly exclusive conversation with the head coach, Dan Quinn, DQ is itching to get that first W.
We're really pumped to get the division underway and to have it at home here with this crowd, with our fans. Like, this team is going to be lit, and we're ready to show them that identity. We didn't get to fully express that in the way that we had. That's some of the disappointment that we carry with us today, is that we didn't play in that Commander style that we've been talking about. You've seen it at practice, some of the preseason games, and so for us not to have that on display, fully formed, was disappointing for us. And so we have to own that. We will own that, and we're looking forward to making sure we put that on tape on the field this Sunday afternoon.
And you can see my full conversation with Dan Quinn streaming on WUSA 9 Plus, and tune in tomorrow night for episode 2 of Tell the Truth Mondays. It's always the truth with Dan Quinn. But for now, let's send it back to Wisdom and Sean for today's Keys to Commanders Victory. Fellas.
Keys to the Game is sponsored by your Washington area Toyota dealers.
All right, it's time for the keys to the game. All right, Sean, as we look ahead to today's game against the woeful New York Giants, although both teams are 0-1, we have 3 keys for the Commanders to get a victory. And the first one is, who's bad? Daniel Jones.
Daniel,
has to be bad.
He is bad, but he's not bad against us. For some reason, he finds a way to beat us every year. He's 5-1-1.
Yeah.
Maybe if he played us all the time, he'd be all pro. But the key to winning today is we have to get after Daniel Jones. He's coming out there, all coming off a knee surgery.
Right.
Minnesota Vikings, they got after him last week.
Right.
He had a poor performance. If we can keep that same momentum of saying, you know what, Daniel Jones, you're not going to get back on track with us.
Right,
So that's
right.
the first key.
This
Get
is not
after
your
him.
good right game. Get right game.
You can't get right on us.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
second key. Last week, I thought Jaden started off. He completed almost 70% of his passes.
Right.
We didn't have any explosive plays
Right.
against the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah.
I think that we have to have an explosive play. We got to get the ball downfield to guys like Terry. We have to make sure that our receivers take advantage of the Slayton and the McLeod, the Giants corners, who I don't think are very good at all.
Right.
I think their front is good, but we have to be able to get after those guys
right.
in the back end.
And the third one is you got to be special.
Yeah.
As in special teams.
Yes, you do have to. You got to play in all three phases of the game.
Right.
And we've been talking about how the team looks much better under Coach Quinn. The offense is complete, the defense is better, and the special teams as well. Sometimes you need a spark. And
Right.
who's that guy on? Is it McCaffrey catching the punt or somebody in the special teams game so that we can control the field but also get a big play?
Right.
I'm looking for something to happen in the special teams game.
Okay, all right. Those are the three keys to the game. All right, you know what? One player a lot of people will have their eyes on is our rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels. He was the team's leading rusher last Sunday, but is that a recipe for success to have your quarterback out there running around? Let's send it back out to our quarterback who does not run around, to Northwest Stadium, Chick Hernandez. How do you feel about Jaden doing all that running?
I appreciate the not running around. My wife's watching, Winston. Thank you very much. Listen, quite literally, they're fine with him running. They don't want it to be an every game thing, but he did have 16 carries for the 84 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is not bad. But his slide could certainly use some work, and his helmet did pop off a couple of times last week. Doesn't matter. He tucks and runs because it's in his DNA.
It's like a instinctual thing, feel thing, like, hey, the time is up. Obviously, you don't want to get hit by 300-pound plus people. So, it's kind of just like growing up my whole life, man. It's like just an instinct, like that time, that clock in your head is like, all right, it's time to go.
He is going to be the leader of this team, this organization for a long time, and he did not flinch in any way. Obviously, I think he probably, everyone would say he probably ran the ball too much, but I think that was ultimately that was the competitor in him, trying to doing everything he can to try and win us a football game, and that can't be the recipe every week, but every now and then he's going to have to put the team on his back, kind of per se, and try and will us to a victory.
Now really it's almost like a dual threat. It's the drop back, it's the outside the pocket, and then the running portion of it. So as a defensive coach, it creates a headache, one that I am more than happy to be a part of creating.
Switching gears now to today's forecast for the game, and you really couldn't ask for a better day for a home opener. It's so nice. Even our chief meteorologist, Topper Shutt, decided to come out and grace us with his presence. But it's one of those what they call Chamber of Commerce days.
It is a Chamber of Commerce day, but I will say this. I mean, it's a little toasty. So if you're
I'm
in
wearing
the
a jacket.
sun,
What do you mean you're toasty?
Well, I know you're fancy. You're fancy.
I'm fancy.
But if you're in the sun today, and we'll talk about this, you have to stay hydrated.
Okay.
With water. Okay, let's
start
go,
there.
Dave. Let's go over here. So we'll talk about the forecast now. So again, it's more like, early September. The temperature's in the low 80s. So we're looking at a fantastic day. Yes, it is Chamber of Commerce weather, no doubt about that. I mean, full sunshine, temperatures 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Don't move much. Essentially, they're going to be in the low 80s pretty much across the board. So a fantastic day, but I put sunscreen on today. You should too if you're going to come out here. If you're tailgating now, put it on. All right, so let's talk about the impact, our weather impact system. We'll talk about the when. Well, that's now, okay? No doubt about that. That's from like 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And it's going to be warm and it's going to be sunny. And that means you're going to have to stay hydrated, and you're going to have to, also drink some water, mix some water in with everything else, okay? So we're in great shape really for the entire day. Even you heading home, temperature's going to be in upper 70s and low 80s as well. So looking pretty good across the board, I think, right now. I mean, we're looking at temperatures just about perfect for this time of year, okay? We'll come back over here. All right, Chick. There you go, Chamber of Commerce.
That's well done.
Can you give us a Chamber of Commerce day for sports?
I can't do anything.
Okay.
I am. My job is just to be right here, right now.
There we go. Okay. All right.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
That's well done.
Thank you very much.
We just.
I got my dongle. Yeah.
You what?
dongle. It advances my graphics.
Dongle. Okay, got it. I heard it now.
Yep.
Very loud in here. I thought you said something else. Coming up, we're doing a little buying or selling. I give my take on the burgundy and gold. Can they stop Daniel Jones today? We're back after this short timeout.